Hi, folks. Welcome to Local Supporting Locals. I'm Ken Doran, and this is my Scottish friend, Steve Trainer.
I'm Irish.
Steve, what's the difference between Scots and Irish? Yes, I'll buy a drink.
There's an
Okay.
E. There's an E in whiskey. There's an extra E in whiskey.
As I said, welcome to Local Supporting Locals. This is a great event to celebrate our Irish season, to get to help our restaurant people and pubs by helping nonprofits also. Steve's going to start off with telling you a couple of restaurants and a couple of the nonprofits. Thank you again for your support. Thank you for supporting this this great event.
Well, we have to start off with McGibbon's here, which is where we're taping this right now. Brent from McGibbon's and our old, dear, great friend, Teresa Delar from Palliative Care, who passed away. How long ago was it?
Just a little over a year ago, Steve.
A little over a year ago. It was a sad day, but it's always nice to remember Teresa and her great spirit. So that's our first one. We also have Duke and Divines, Carrie at Duke and Divines, and they're helping out Nova and Matt Del Vecchio over at Nova West Island.
Then we got our buddies down in St. Anne's, Jim Beauchamp, who's been involved with the Hudson St. Patrick's Day Parade forever, and he's helping out the Cody Michael Bouchard Fund, which is about juvenile cancers and helping adolescents with cancer. After that, we got the boys out at McKibbon's Vaudreuil. Nick and Sean, great guys. They've supported our association, the Soulange Irish Society. And also, they're there to help out Maison Palliative, which is the Hudson Palliative Care residents. I think you all know what palliative means, and it's a decent place where you can go to rest in dignity.
Cozy Cafe in Hudson. We have Jessica out there who's helping out Nova Hudson, and the person out at Nova Hudson is Karen. I just want to point out also that the budget here was severely hampered, so Ken could only afford to get one copy of the charities that we have to share. So we can't each have our own copy. We have one copy to share between us. So that's why it looks so professional up here.
Thank you, Steve.
You're up, Ken.
I'm up, Ken. Okay. Kelly's Orchard. Daryl and the team down there are supporting Waya with Waya. They're in Point Claire.
Point Claire on Donegal, yeah.
Yes. Then there's the Old Orchard in Point Claire also. John and the team over there are helping out Amcal Family Services.
Spice Brothers EO, great place actually. I've been there many times in the Centennial Mall, and they're helping out On Rock Community Services, which is a great organization with Kim and Craig over in Pierrefonds, and they do great work. Nice guys, and really worth supporting. There's also Les Trois Sœurs. Tracy at Les Trois Sœurs with her two sisters, which is they're in Blue Haven. Great salads, great food, supporting Light a Dream. And Light a Dream helps adolescents and adults with developmental disabilities. And they have a great store called Light a Dream, and they have homemade candles on Donegal also. So if you're looking for a gift or you're looking for something that to buy when we open up again, we're able to visit people. That's a great place to go.
Then we have La Brosse Microbrasserie. They're helping out the Beckett Players Foundation. The Beckett Players Foundation has been around over 40 years, and they give to all kinds of children's charities. So if you're looking to have a nice little pint on tap, or not on tap, but in a can, because it's got to be to go, drop by La Brosse.
How many pages do we have here?
17.
We have the Old Orchard Pub in NDG, and that's John Orr, who's down there. And they're supporting Share the Warmth with Julie, which Share the Warmth, also a great organization, helping people in need with food, blankets, etc. So Share the Warmth, a great organization also.
Yeah, the Old Orchard in Chateauguay, another one. we were very lucky that McKibbin's had 2 locations that joined us in this adventure, and Old Orchard gave us 4. So the Old Orchard Chateauguay is helping La Ressource, which is the women's shelter over on the South Shore. And then we got my buddy Jojo Catering. Jojo and I went to school together and maybe jail. He's helping out his cousin Dino with the Special Olympics Sud-West.
Boulevard Bar and Grill out in that's in Chateauguay. Also helping a local Chateauguay organization called La Rencontre Chateauguaise.
Yeah. Amy's Déjeuner. So we have dinner for you guys on the 13th, and we also have breakfast. Amy's Déjeuner over here on St. John's is also helping out On Rock Community Services. And then we have a foundation that we couldn't match up with a restaurant, but it really touched my heart when they reached out. The Mira's Kids Foundation is grief counseling for young children and adolescents who've lost a parent. It really, very touching.
The United Irish Societies, which are helping out, helps out myriad organizations across the city. They'll be using this money for Christmas baskets. So that's, we all need help all the time, but especially around the holidays, around that time of year. So very, very important. We support that.
Well, the other Irish association that I'm part of, and was almost Irishman of the Year 2020, the COVID, 2021, COVID, 2022. We'll find another disease. I hope to be there 5 years so I can get a watch. But our president, Jay De La Ronte, sounds really Irish, has always been a great supporter of any nonprofits and that sort of thing. So they came in and helped us out. And then we also have Centre Décor Hudson. Leanne, it's unique because we have all kinds of restaurants involved, but she's donating $2 for every gallon of paint she sells from March 1st to March 13th. She's already called me and told me she sold 2 pallets, and she's giving it to La Pointe Bridging, which is the food bank out in Hudson.
It doesn't have to be green paint. It could be any paint.
I think is she allowed to sell other than white now? So we have to ask Legault. Steve, I'll let you talk about our friend at Moosehead who sponsored this.
J.C. Cornu, who's been a friend and a tireless supporter of events, of charities, of anything you ever ask him for. Just a great guy. And I'd also like to thank, just being involved in this, I've been lucky enough to have a job in the bars and restaurant business that I could help out people or give something back to a community that's supported me over the years. And I'd like to thank this guy right here who works tirelessly for different organizations and different fundraisers and different people and is always helping people out, often behind the scenes, often with just whatever he can do. So I really want to thank Ken, Leonard, and David for allowing me to be part of this and allowing me to, if I can help out a little bit, it will be great. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Steve, for those kind words. You're still not getting a free ticket. We have to thank one other sponsor who called, and it was very, very touching calling because it's St. Patrick's Day. Ryan McDougall, who works for Jameson Whiskey.
That's a Scottish name. I want you to know.
I know that. It's MAC. I got it. I'm not going to say no to a Scots who's give me booze.
And that's a rarity, too.
That's definitely. So, yes, Ryan reached out. He wanted to be involved because we're all feeling a little bit of pain here in our Irish community. There is not much going on for St. Patrick's Day, so please, thank you again for helping out this little event that we're having. 17 restaurants and 15 nonprofits will benefit from this, and we'll have something to do St. Patrick's weekend. Thank you.
Hey, it's Mitch Melnick from TSN 690. I'm at the Media Heart in downtown Montreal, 1717, René Lévesque, corner of Papineau. I'm very proud. Joey Elias thinks he's the guy, but I am the guy who's the most Irish Montrealer who's not actually Irish. I'm the guy. Thank you very much to the Solange Irish society. I'm so looking forward to picking up where we left off, and we can have the parade, and Mitchie Gallo can be the chief reviewing officer, and we can have a whole lot of fun. I want to thank everybody involved for getting us out to Hudson. We're still going to roast, even though they roasted me, we're going to roast Ken Doran, the Irishman of the Year, every day until he has his official roast, his official ceremonial moment as the Irishman of the Year. But you know, Ken, one of my all-time favorite sayings is, good things come to those who wait. I want to thank all of the pubs involved, all of the restaurants involved. Cunningham's Jim, Halle Berry licking her fingers on your wings. Man, you could retire on that. And of course, missing the Irishman of the Year breakfast downtown. Everybody at McKibben's, you were the Peaky Blinders table right in the front of the right in front of the head table. So looking forward to that. Apparently, they want me to introduce a comedian I never heard of. But before I do, I do want to salute. I do want to salute everybody. Hey, Dave, here's Trent the Entertainment right here. That's what he does. He's like the guy who got Elvis's scarves. Do you remember who that guy was? Elvis would take a scarf off, and he had a job for life. Nice to see your career exploding the way it is.
This is what I dream of.
Trent the Entertainment. I got some holy water here, but it's not. I just realized it's not open. So let's do a virtual toast. And again, I'm as Irish as any non-Irish person in the city. So, Slaint. And maybe next year in Jerusalem. Now, who is this comedian that I'm supposed to be introducing? All I know of this guy is that he used to publish Skunk magazine. He provides Billy Bob Productions artists with some really good weed. He used to bring in coffee when we worked on Green Avenue. He's I've been in radio for 42 years, and you give me Leonard Yelly to introduce? Leonard Yelly? Leonard Yelly? Like, I don't get Joey, I don't get the professional comedians. I get Leonard Yelly? Seriously? Love you, Len. Enjoy the show, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
So we're doing really, really well with the Sinville Joy. We're smoking with that. We got Bishop and Bang has done really, really good. I'm really happy with that. We're going to have the best 2020 ever, man. It's going to be awesome fucking year. What? Hold on. It's my daughter. Hold on. Hey, baby, what's up? No, Sarah, there's nothing to worry about. No, they even named it after a shitty beard, the coronavirus. It's nonsense. It's never going to happen. Sarah, Donald Trump said it was a hoax. He's the president of the United States. He wouldn't lie to us. Come on, don't worry about it. Yeah. I'll see you tonight. Yeah, at the lockdown. Yeah, you're hilarious. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye. Don't worry about it. My daughter. Kids today, they don't know fuck all.
Another day in paradise. Oh. Hey, how's your pandemic going? Fucking pain in the ass. Oh. You know, when this was all started, I didn't know what to expect. I was working and still working, but it's pain. They gathered us all together and they said, look, we don't know what to expect, and whatever's going to happen is we want to try to stay open for our clients, and if we got to take time off, we understand. Ugh. And then the next day I came in and we printed up 300,000 boxes for pre-rolled joints. Essential services, motherfuckers! Work is work. No, I tell you, man, I still don't know what to expect. No one actually does. My kids keep asking me, like I was around for the last pandemic. Daddy, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I start making shit up now. I said, well, according to the 10 Commandments, everyone knows it's gonna start to rain frogs. Well, only in Quebec. And then the firstborn is gonna die. And the secondborn, hey, make me a coffee! Daddy's up! Our leaders don't know either. You know, I like to think they're doing their best, but come on, man, come on. That Legault, he's got to let go away, you know? More people died per capita in the province of Quebec than in the United States of America, and that's bullshit. That's bullshit, you know? And to make matters worse, with all the businesses closing down and people unemployed, what does this fucker do? Gives $5 million to the Office of the Long Process. Who's got time for these are like language Nazis. Well, let's be honest. You can't call them Nazis. And don't judge me, okay? They're a sponsor. Look, I know. Look, but these guys, I guess, like, they haven't learned anything from the 2013 Pasta Gate bullshit. No. What are they going after now? They're going after smoked meat and, of course, espresso. Because you can't have just espresso, you gotta have cafe espresso. Because when I walk into Cafe Olimpico and I order an espresso because I'm an idiot, but I get my coffee and I'm gonna say, hey, this is not a cafe espresso, this is a chocolate milk espresso, I want my money back. It's stupid. And the other separatist leader at the Parti Québécois, this guy, what does he do? Right? He comes out and he says, you can't say bonjour hi. What I want you to say is bonjour ho. That makes no sense at all. I might as well go like the whole Minnie the Moocher on him and go bonjour, like it doesn't make sense, man. You can't just tell people to say stuff that's stupid, but they do it. In fact, what I would suggest we all do is the only people we say bonjour ho to is this guy's wife. Maybe he'll get the message then. Maybe he'll understand how stupid he is. Oh, I don't know. People are weird. People are getting pets. People have actually been stealing pets now. Like dogs. People have been stealing pets. Hey, there you are. Hey. Yeah, I don't have a name for you yet. But whoever left you tied up at the pharmacy, okay? He's learned a lesson. Guy at work actually went out and he bought he got a skunk. And he tells me, he goes, you know, in Quebec, you're not allowed skunks. He goes, but don't worry, I got papers for it. I said, only in Quebec can this be. I love this province, man. Only in Quebec. You know, I'm not, okay. I'm not allowed to kill people, but I got this 007 license, and you better not fuck with me. Makes no sense. Only in Quebec. I gotta love it. Kid goes on to tell me how smart the skunk is. Smart. I don't want a pet that's based on intelligence. If that's the case, I'd have a bloody dolphin in my bathtub. They're smart, them things. In fact, I got this guy now, and he just makes me laugh. You know? He's not the smartest of all the dogs, but we love him. He likes to lick himself. He's like that. He's weird like that. And I laugh at that, you know? But he gets the last laugh because the last couple of days that I've had him, whenever he takes a crap, he squats down, he looks at me, and he makes eye contact. And I know what he's thinking. Who's the dumb animal gonna pick this up, fatso? And it's me. Oh, most of the time. It's crazy. Crazy times we're living in. Everyone now, the big trend is ordering online. That's what people do now. We have to order online. And I saw on this news report that one of the big online buys are vibrators. Because people are buying vibrators. And I get it. Because I don't want to have to put the effort into my wife anymore. Because bad enough I'm tied in lockdown with her. So I bought this vibrator, is what I'm trying to say. And it wasn't really a good one. It was really loud. And sure enough, what happened is she was telling me, she goes, "Oh, it's so loud, it hurts my ears. It hurts my ears." And it made sense because I was giving it to her in the ear because let's be honest, the clitoris and the eardrum are both very sensitive, but the eardrum's a lot easier to find. And I'm not in the mood for start working. Quebec industries are taking a beating, and by industries I mean strip clubs. And I get it, closing down the strip clubs because you can actually get COVID by licking the poles in a strip club. Don't be judging me, but let's be honest. I thought, you know what? That's the end of the strip clubs because 1 year in a stripper's life is like 7 to 10 years in a regular woman's life, and they're aging quick. But then I thought, you know what? What's the number one characteristic for a good stripper? And that answer is daddy issues. And I'm sure throughout this province, there's daddies over there, unemployed, in lockdown, being the terrible people they are, creating a whole new generation of dancer. And I'm going to close down and let you know one thing. There's lineups everywhere. Lineups in the pharmacy. Lineups everywhere you go. Lineups at the grocery store. I saw a lineup for COVID-19 test. And I said, there has to be something easier than that. And I went online and I found the dog test. It's out of Denmark. It's called the Dutch oven test. And basically what happens is, you Dutch oven yourself. Let me try. Hold on. Oh, there you go. That's a good one. Oh. Oh. And I tell you, man, if you could, it's bringing tears in my eyes. If you could smell it, in this case, I even tasted it. It was terrible. I don't have COVID, so I'm healthy, and I can live another day. Thanks for supporting locals. Hope to see you soon. You stay healthy. Wear a mask. Don't be an asshole.
Président, même si notre communauté de Vaudreuil-Soulanges n'aurait pas de parade de la Saint-Patrick à Hudson cette année, l'esprit de générosité irlandaise est toujours bien vivante. This Saturday, March 13th, Ken Duran, in association with the Soulanges Irish Society, are hosting Locals Supporting Locals in support of our local restaurants and not-for-profits who have all been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic over the last year. $5 from all takeout meals ordered from participating restaurants will benefit great organizations in our community, including Le Pont Bridging Food Bank, the Vaudreuil-Soulanges Palliative Care Center, Nova Hudson, and many others. I invite everyone who can to place their orders and enjoy a delicious meal. And if you're not hungry or already have dinner planned, you can show your support by buying tickets to a benefit comedy extravaganza featuring Joey Elias, Abdul Butt, Rodney Ramsey, Fiona O'Brien, Kim Sullivan, Mitch Melnick, and our community's very own Ted Bird, Tom Whalen, and Samara O'Gorman. To learn more, I invite all members of my community of Vaudreuil-Soulanges to visit localsupportinglocals.ca. Sláinte, and thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Hello, I'm Dave Trinadue of Trinadue Entertainment, and Trinadue may not be an Irish name, but I do have a bit of Irish on my mom's side, and I can handle my Jameson pretty well, so there's that. I want to wish you guys all a happy St. Patrick's Day. I want to thank you all for all your support, and on behalf of the restaurants and the charities and stuff like that. Our next act is one of the smartest people you'll ever meet. He is funny, he's an up-and-comer here in Montreal, and he has more social media followers than pretty much everybody on the show combined. He is great, he's fantastic, he's funny. I hope you enjoy him. His name is Harrison Weinreb.
Showtime. How are you guys doing? That's my opener. I say showtime. Did you guys like that? Should I do it again? Showtime. Alrighty, so it's a pandemic, eh? You guys buying like hand sanitizer and stuff? Yeah. I find like whenever you run out of hand sanitizer, all you have to do is just like take your empty bottle to any store entrance and just refill it up on hand sanitizer. Yeah, there's free hand sanitizer everywhere. This is the best pandemic ever. I love hand sanitizer. Anyways, I usually don't do that many coronavirus jokes, but I don't know, in the last year or so, I've started to do more. Anyways, so there's like a curfew now. You guys got to make sure that you get home before 8 p.m. here in Quebec. What I think they should do is like, you know, at 8 p.m. every night after the curfew, they should let everybody with coronavirus out of their house. You know what I mean? Just like give you more of an incentive to stay in. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways. But yeah, I got some bad news in the mail. They want me to pay back my CERB. So I've applied for the CRB in order to pay back my CERB. What do you think of that? Anyways, but I was at Pharmaprix the other day, you know, like refilling my hand sanitizer. And I was, waiting in line there, buying some chocolate or whatever. And I'm waiting in line. And I look over, and the person at the front of the line, they just start crying all of a sudden, you know, like bawling, right? And tears coming down and everything. And I was just like, geez, looks like someone forgot their Optimum card. Do you guys have Optimum cards? I don't know why I'm asking nobody questions. Anyways, I actually found an Optimum card on the street the other day, and I've been using it, you know? But then I realized I think I'm just getting points for somebody else. I got to get my own Optimum card. That's kind of what I've learned during this pandemic, you know? I need my own Optimum card. There's like 3 million people dead or whatever, but I'm just sitting at home like, man, I am throwing PC points out the window without my own Optimum card. Sorry guys, I just gotta check my notes here for a second. Just wing it. All right. Anyways, so a friend of mine, he's having a baby, you know, he's having a child with his wife or something. And so he was telling me, like, I got to get a bigger apartment. Having a baby, so I got to get a bigger apartment. And I was like, bigger apartment? What kind of baby doesn't fit into an apartment? Have you seen babies? They're absolutely tiny. You know, like if your apartment, if you don't have room for a baby in your apartment, I don't know, like throw out a book or something. Throw it out, get rid of a radio. So I was reading in the news recently that that making the bed can actually help cure depression. And I was thinking, man, that is great news for my butler. No wonder he's always in such a good mood. It's all that making my bed. All right. Anyways, have you guys ever noticed on some like flyers for the grocery store, they'll have like the price of a food item, and then next to the price, sometimes they'll write, wow? Like, are you trying to tell me that you impressed yourself when you came up with this price? Like, was the manager in the back of the store going, I'm going to make this $1 cheaper. I'm actually going to do it. I'm seriously going to do it. Oh my God, I did it. Wow. It's done. 99-cent pickles. Wow. Okay. Just got to check my notes again here. Still says just wing it. Anyway, so are you guys on YouTube at all? Everybody? I guess you're on YouTube right now or something. Is this on YouTube? All right. Possibly. So you guys know like Jimi Hendrix? He's like a guitar legend, you know, supposedly. But I was on YouTube and I actually came across this video of Jimi Hendrix playing the guitar with his teeth. Yeah. I don't know. Kind of seems like a rookie mistake to me. I think you're thinking of a harmonica there, Jimmy. You're supposed to use your fingers for the guitar. By the way, if anyone is deaf in their right ear, I have some headphones you can have for free. Nothing wrong with them. So I was buying some super glue the other day, you know, as you know, most of us are doing these days during the pandemic, right? Got to get that super glue. That's what they're saying on the news all the time. So I'm buying some super glue. I look at the back of the package. It says may cause birth defects. And I was just like, that is not a problem. I was already born. No worries about that. Alrighty. So it's 2021, you know, like it's amazing how accessible and easy to use everything is today. Like my phone's got a touch screen, you know, everything's voice activated. Like nowadays I can just clap my hands and my mom will come turn off the lights. My mom's actually here tonight, everybody. Please don't clap. She's going to turn off the lights. Anyways, guys, I just got the light. And that means that I have to start over. Showtime. Okay, thanks, guys.
Delayed. I won't do that without Ted Bird. Hi, I'm Terry DeMonte from Showm FM, wishing you a very, very happy St. Patrick's Day. I wish we could be together to do it. I wish we could do it live and in person. And maybe this time next year we will be able to. But in the meantime, have a great celebration. Happy St. Paddy's Day, everybody.
What's wrong with you? If you don't practice harder, you're never gonna make Place des Arts. We're never gonna be famous. What's wrong with you? Anyways, your next comedian is a good friend of mine. He is a big supporter of comedy in Montreal. You could find him daily in the mornings at the Jewel 106.7 FM. He is Radio Montreal legend, Ted Bird.
Good evening, friends. My name is Ted, and I am an alcoholic. Is this the AA Zoom meeting, or is this... No, this is the comedy thing. This is the comedy thing, isn't it? Well, in that case, somebody get me a beer, would you? What's the holdup? Thanks, Tom. Good evening, and my name is Ted Bird. I host the morning show on the Jewel 106.7, along with Tom Whalen, who is the one-man audience on scene here today. Some of you might remember me from such marginally successful radio programs as Terry and Ted in the morning on Shome, Andre and Ted, Ted, Kim and Kemp, Ted, Kim and Bad Pete, Ted, Java and Paul, Price Star and Bird, Ted and Tanya, and now Ted and Tom. So at this point, even I recognize that I'm the problem. This is a very unique setup for stand-up comedy. No live audience. So this is actually, as unusual as it is as a stand-up comedy show, it's what I'm used to because it's what I do every morning, 5 days a week. I sit in an empty room and tell jokes, and the laughter is assumed. Actually, I sit in the room with my co-host, Tom Whalen, but he doesn't laugh at my jokes, so this is essentially the same thing. As a matter of fact, having Tom here with his arms folded, alternately rolling his eyes and sighing heavily and shaking his head, I'm completely in my element. This will be the second year in a row that we don't have a St. Patrick's Day parade in Hudson or Montreal, and I'm of two minds about that. Yes, better safe than sorry in a pandemic, but on the other hand, I can't think of a better way to build herd immunity than 500,000 screaming, vomiting, drunk people, shoulder to shoulder, 15 deep, along a 30-block stretch of St. Catherine Street. If you can come out of that scenario without catching anything, COVID will be afraid of you. Just a caveat here, that's not medical expertise that I'm sharing with you. I'm not an epidemiologist, although I have used the word epidemiologist to win a spelling bee and a Scrabble championship. I'm a New York Times crossword puzzle shy of the Peter Mark Roget hat trick. Peter Mark Roget invented the thesaurus. You see, he was the Gordie Howe of wordplay. So you've got the Gordie Howe hat trick, goal, assist, fight, and the Peter Mark Roget hat trick, spelling bee, Scrabble, crossword puzzle. That's the joke, Tom. Thank you very much. I was waiting for yeah, we got it. Well, I think it's important that even in pandemic times we celebrate St. Patrick's Day, particularly here in Quebec, because the Irish community has strong roots and an extraordinary place in Quebec culture. The Irish in Quebec go back as far as the French. The Irish go all the way back to New France. The Irish and the French in Quebec have been living cheek by jowl for 400 years, and the cross-pollination of those two cultures has created some truly interesting and unique characteristics and circumstances. This is the only place I know of where you can find a guy named Seamus O'Flaherty who doesn't speak a word of English and consistently votes PQ. You won't find that anywhere else, only in Quebec. St. Patrick's Day is a lot like Christmas in that it's not just a day, it's a season. The season starts in the middle of February with much well-intentioned good cheer and fellowship, and then it ends at the end of March with a flurry of plea bargains and standing room only at AA meetings. St. Patrick's Day is basically spring training for alcoholics. And I know that's a stereotype, and I shouldn't go there in these enlightened times. I know that we all know now that stereotypes were born in a vacuum without a shred of anecdotal evidence. If court-ordered cultural sensitivity training has taught me anything, it's that the Irish don't like to drink or fight, Italian grandmothers can't cook for shit, and the Chinese are excellent drivers. My bad. Another way St. Patrick's Day differs from other cultural and national celebrations is that it is intensely inclusive and uniquely inclusive. The mantra for the event is everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day. Everybody. Think about that. Nobody gets left out. Kim Jong-un is Irish on St. Patrick's Day. The Sultan of Brunei is Irish on St. Patrick's Day. Queen Elizabeth, well, that might be a bridge too far. Hang on, I'm going to check my notes here to see where I'm at under the guise of checking Twitter. I love Twitter. Twitter's my favorite social media platform. Twitter is a microcosm of the broader internet experience. It's the best and the worst of everything. Twitter is at once a wealth of good humor and good intention and a cesspool of bilious hatred and resentment. You know who's a real asshole on Twitter? The Dalai Lama. Hear me out. The Dalai Lama has 19.3 million Twitter followers. You know how many people he follows? 0. Not a fucking one. Mr. Altruistic, we must always put others before ourselves, doesn't follow anybody on Twitter, and that is an egregious breach of Twitter protocol. And I have made it my life's mission to become the Dalai Lama's first Twitter follow. And to that end, I troll him relentlessly. He hasn't followed me back yet, but I do have the first Twitter-related restraining order filed at the behest of the Tibetan government in exile. So I've got his attention. And it's all about baby steps, folks. Baby steps. Another guy who needs to up his Twitter game is the Pope. The Pope has 18.8 million Twitter followers and 8 follows. You know who the Pope follows on Twitter? Himself. There are 9 Pope Twitter accounts, each one in a different language, and each one follows the other 8 Pope accounts. How's that for navel-gazing hubris? I have had it with the Pope and the Dalai Lama and their holier-than-thou Twitter bullshit. I hope none of the Catholics or Buddhists in the crowd or in the audience are offended by that. Can't be too careful these days. We live in touchy times. It seems like you can't say anything without somebody getting offended. And I blame the Jews. That's not true. I don't blame the Jews. That's me using irony as a comedic device, okay? It's a comedy show, not the Nuremberg rallies. I don't want anyone logging off tonight going, gee whiz, I didn't know Ted Bird was a Nazi. I'm not a Nazi, okay? Although I do find the black uniforms to be delightfully slimming. Well, that's it for me. Thank you very much for supporting this terrific event tonight. This is something where everybody wins. And it's great of you guys to be with us here tonight and supporting local restaurants and supporting local charities. Have a great evening and enjoy the rest of the show.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Sláinte. Cheers.
Hello, everybody. Mitch Gallo here, Chief Reviewing Officer of the Soulange Irish Society's parade. Can't wait until we finally are able to get out there and have that parade and enjoy all the fun. Let's give it up for our next comic. He is one of the founding comics of the Underground Comedy Railroad, which toured across Canada. His new project is the Unknown Comedy Club, where comics take their acts online and virtual. Please give a warm welcome and give it up for the one and only Rodney Ramsey.
What's up, y'all? My name is Rodney Ramsey in cartoon form. So happy to be a part of this show. Locals, supporting locals. I got my own local business thing going on here. It is the Unknown Comedy Club. And yeah, man, I'd like you guys to take a look. Maybe you guys might want to come check out a show. All right? Thanks so much again for having me. Peace.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know. Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the Unknown Comedy Club. Welcome, everybody. This is episode 4 of the Unknown Mic. All right, this is where comedians come now to experiment and do their thing, because guess what? It has to be virtual. We cannot meet in real life anymore. All right, otherwise we kill each other. This is zombie apocalypse. Okay, we got to do it here. And I thank all of you guys for coming. All right, we got some of the greatest acts in the country. I am your host, Rodney Ramsey. All right. How about we give it up to everybody we're about to see tonight, man? I want to hear some noise coming from you guys, man. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, listen to this. You guys sound great. And I bet you guys look great too. Hold on. I'm going to show you what I see right now. I want to show you what I see right now. Look at you, beautiful people. Look at you, beautiful people. You know what I want to do, man? I am so tired of just speaking to my family right now. I don't know if any of you guys are living alone or, oh yeah. Who was that just with the annoyed yes? Who was that? Was that you, Chrisia? Oh no, it was Jess. Jess Taylor. Hey Jess, how you doing, man? Yeah, who you living with? Who you living with at home that's getting on your nerves so much right now?
Just my roommate.
Just your roommate? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Who is this son of a bitch? Who is this bastard? What are they doing to you? They drinking your orange juice? All right, she just froze pretty heavy there. Okay. All right, that's cool. Is that what they're doing? They're using up all your internet bandwidth, huh? Playing Fortnite? Those bastards. Yo, listen, if you want, I know a guy, all right? I know a guy that'll just move in with you. They won't do anything to your roommate. He's actually worse. All right, who else we got here? We got, hey man, Cassian. What's up, Cassian? How you doing, bro? Oh man, Cassian, look at that mustache. Are you guys seeing Cassian's stash? Look at that thing, dude. That thing looks like it stars in its own porn movie. Look at that stash. Oh, look at him lick it. He loves it. Oh my gosh. The nastiest mustache ride ever. Okay, cool. How you doing, Cassian? Are you Cassian or your creepy looking friend right next to you?
That's me.
That's you? Yeah, not the guy who's half faced. That's cool. How you doing, man? How you doing, Cassian? I'm all right. How's your apocalypse been?
Been great.
Oh, really? Has it? Good for you, man. I'm happy that you're prospering. How come your apocalypse has been so great, bro?
Just spend so much time with my wife and kids.
Oh yeah, that's great. Look at you. You love your wife and kids. That's great, man. How many kids you got?
3.
3? Yeah. How many wives?
Just the one.
I tried to catch you. You're a smart man. What are the ages for the kids, bro?
5, 2, and under 1.
Oh, you have a COVID baby. You got a COVID baby.
I do have a COVID baby.
I got a COVID baby too, man. I got it's 13 months, man. Okay, so tell me something. I need to know this, Cassian, because I want to know if it's just me or if it's everybody here. So my COVID baby, man, he will not talk to anybody outside the bubble or not. He will cry immediately if he sees someone new not wearing a mask and socially distancing. Is your kid like that, or is my kid just a psycho and he's done for the rest of his life because of COVID?
Your kid's a psycho.
Oh, come on, Cassian. It's because I made fun of your freaking mustache. That's what it is. You're just pissed at me. All right. What's up, Cassian? Oh, my God. And then we got Chrissia here with a child in the room. Hey, Chrissia. Hey, listen, Chrissia, I'm just going to warn you, I'm going to be dropping some serious N-bombs, okay? So unless you want to teach your kid about race relations, I'm just saying it's going to get pretty vulgar in here, okay? Yeah, you ready? You ready? Oh, this fucking kid knows the deal then, huh? All right. We're going to talk about some drippy vagina later. All right, you'll hear about that, kid. You'll hear about that. All right. All right. Who do we got? Oh, we got Megs. We got Megs in the corner. What's up, Megs? How you doing? How you doing? All right. Who's that? We got a living room there. Okay, cool. I'm loving this audience, man. I'm loving you guys. All right, so I'm gonna talk about me for a little bit. But actually, one more question. Hey, Sarah, how you doing there, Sarah Delaney? How you doing? Hey.
I'm good, thanks.
Oh, I can hear that voice. How's your apocalypse been?
Fine, mediocre.
Mediocre apocalypse. Okay, well, it's better than a terrible apocalypse because then you'd be dead. What do you miss? What do you miss most about the real world, man? What do you miss most?
I missed having the option to go out, but saying no. And now.
Oh.
No.
You're such a tease, Sarah. Look at you. Wow. You're like, I just want to be able to say no. Okay. Forget the world. That's pretty cool. You know what I miss? I miss handshakes. That's what I miss. I miss reaching out and grabbing someone's hand and shaking it. That is done. No one's shaking hands ever again. Hands are filthy. All right. They're disgusting. I'll never shake another hand. It makes me want to throw up. Friggin', you know what else is gone? Fist bumps are gone. Don't get your fist away from me. I'm not touching your knuckles. I don't want anything to do with your knuckles. All right. Only person I'm fisting is my wife from now on. All right. And I know how that sounds. I know how that sounds. All right. Oh my God. Hugs. You guys remember hugs? You guys remember those things? I'm never hugging another person. I've seen people. Have you seen what they're doing now? They're doing the self hug instead. They're going like this. And they're looking you in the eye all creepy and shit. It's like, no, don't do that. The only reason I liked hugging was because I didn't have to look at you. Now we're doing self hugs. I'm done. No self hugs. None of that shit. It's been mad racial this year though, right? Like there's been a lot of stuff going on, man. There's the whole Dr. Seuss thing now that's going on. I'm sure we all heard about that. Everybody's like talking about how Dr. Seuss is like racist and stuff. And okay, I thought about this a lot. Okay, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I kind of understand both sides here. All right, because like I understand people are pissed that Dr. Seuss is getting canceled, right? And I also understand that things that were cool back in the day, you know what I mean, things that were normal back in the day might not be normal now, right? And sometimes things change, and you got to move with the change. And if you don't move with the change, you get left behind, and you look like an idiot, right? And you just got to move with that. Like for example, my mom, she still calls Asian people Chinamen. Yeah, even the women. I'm like, Mom, they're called China people. All right, you got to fucking update. You got to update that shit. You know. So like, I get it. All right, I get that. But here's the thing that bothers me. Right, if a person of color tells you that they're uncomfortable, all right, with what you're doing or what you're drawing, how about you just stop doing it and then we can move on? I don't understand why there has to be this big argument about it after. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody gets so pissed. It's like, okay, if a white person told me that it makes them very uncomfortable when I ate crackers in front of them, I would stop. I would just stop eating crackers in front of white people. Like I wouldn't go on Fox News to complain about it. You know what I mean? I would just be like, I wouldn't even ask why it made them uncomfortable. I would just stop eating crackers. You know what I mean? So like, I just don't understand why it's such a big deal for people to just, not draw this racist shit. And okay, so here's the thing. Okay. So I went searching for like this racist material of Dr. Seuss's, right? And I couldn't really find the exact image, but I did find this. Hey, Zoom God, could you throw up the Dr. Seuss image I found? Okay, now this is the way he was essentially drawing black folks. Okay, now this in itself, this wasn't the exact from the book. This is actually from an ad he did for apparently the most racist bug spray that has ever existed. Okay, so what bothers me about this image, it's not even the fact that like he drew black folks to look like apes, right? What bothers me about this image is the cookware. Okay. Like I've never been to a barbecue and then like one of my family members, maybe my uncle, brings out a giant cauldron. Like what the fuck is that? Is that a cauldron? Like we're not witches. All right. We don't use that shit to cook. Okay. I've never had cornbread and fried eye of newt at a barbecue. All right. So like if you're gonna draw us, at least do it accurately. All right. Get this image out from in front of me. I can't look at it anymore. All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, man. So it's just a crazy time right now. You know what I mean? So that's why it's good to have fun, man. And, yeah, again, this is supposed to be a great place for us to share our ideas. It's really the only place for comics to go now. So, yeah, man, I'm going to try something new tonight. Is that okay? Like, all these jokes I'm trying to pretty much new. You guys mind if I try some new shit? All right. I got a new bit. I want to try. All right. And then I'm going to bring up your first act. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, I'm going to try this new bit. All right. I like to search the internet. All right, scour the internet for funny videos and stuff. So I got this new thing that I like to try, and it's called Unknown Me. Yeah, boy. Okay. So this first meme, all right, this is a artistic representation on what happens to white folks' skin color in the winter. Run it. Oh yeah, you see how the winter just erases all that pigmentation? That is your natural form. Love it. Accept it. That is who you are. All right. Okay. This next one, this is actually my favorite. This happens to me every morning. This is me trying to get to the bathroom before my wife uses up all the hot water. Yeah, this is it. Here it comes. That's right. I'm gonna wash my ass last, bitch. There we go. That makes me laugh so hard. I love that one. Okay, and last but not least, this is what every black person feels when they're at a stop sign and then a cop pulls up right next to them.
Yeah.
Just mind our own business. It's like, Jesus Christ. You're too close, man. You're too close. I pulled over. I can't pull over any further. Goddamn shark cops. All right, yo. That was the opening. How'd you guys feel about that, huh? That's some of my new stuff I'm working on here. Yeah? Thanks, guys. Thanks. This is not easy to do. My God, I'm a cartoon for you people. All right, we're ready to start this show off, man.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, Montreal!
Hey friends, it's Bilal from your Afternoon Rock Ride, wishing you a happy St. Patrick's Day from everyone at Shome 97.7. Now, we wish we were on that parade route with you again this year, but that'll come soon. In the meantime, thanks for supporting this great community initiative, and thanks for supporting those local restaurants and pubs along with the charities involved. It's always appreciated. Now, the next part of the show is pretty cool. After living in LA and traveling down to Fredericton, New Brunswick, the next segment you're going to see was recorded in front of a live theater audience just weeks before the lockdown. Remember what that was like? Let's take you back. Here's my brother, Abdul Butt.
I tried to join the gym when I was there in Los Angeles. Oh, what a terrible idea that was, right? I was trying to join the gym, and the lady made me feel uncomfortable. I walked away from the membership immediately. So I was going to sign the contract. It was $50 a month. She goes, instead of $50, sir, before you sign, we've got this special offer. I go, great, I'm all ears. She goes, instead of $50, it's $75 a month. I'm like, how does that sound like a deal? Where's the deal? She goes, well, $75 gets you access to our VIP locker room with no kids allowed. I was like, why would you drop that at the last second? Because now if I don't want to pay the extra money, it just makes it sound like I'm saying, oh, you know what? I don't mind sharing with children. They need adult supervision. May as well be this asshole watching them. Why would you do that to me? And if anything, I got mad. It was like, you should be charging the adults the extra surcharge. You should be charging the kids. All right? They're the ones in the terrible eye line in the locker room. You don't want to be bumping into penises all the time, kids. You fork over the extra $25 a month. Sounds like a luxury to you, not me. Society is messed up. Everything's weird now. Does anyone live in a tiny house here? Anyone got the tiny house? It's a big craze. Of course not. You live in smaller towns, the big cities are fucking everybody over. I'm paying so much money over there. It cost me $1,400 US for a 400 square foot apartment. And everybody's, yeah, exactly, grown. Everybody over there is like, oh my God, Trump's putting kids in cages. I'm going, how much? How much for the cage? I'll take the cage. I'm getting ripped off over here. This is crazy, the price they're charging. They're trying to make everything tiny houses. Oh, they're so cute and quaint. Look at the tiny house, right? They got the TV shows on Netflix, tiny house. Everyone's glamorizing. It's like, look, I just want to live in a house. It doesn't have to be a gigantic house. I just want to live in a house. We can't afford anything anymore. I don't want to be able to take a shit and puke in the kitchen sink at the exact same time. I don't have to shimmy through the kitchen because there's 2 people in the house. This is what we're doing now to people. Just ruining everything. Are you okay, ma'am? You got a cough. Isn't it coronavirus? Are you okay? It's not coronavirus, is it? Oh, I hope not. Jeez. Take care of your sister, man. Maybe she needs a checkup. Should we wear the mask? Should we get the mask? Everyone's worried about the coronavirus. We're all worried. We're scared. I don't know if you saw the campaigns, right? The campaigns about like bullying now. A lot of bullying towards the Asian community, right? Because of coronavirus. Within a week, they had these anti-bullying campaigns. And I was jealous. I was like, oh my God, these Asians are really efficient. As soon as the bullying starts, they are on it. I've got an Arab name, everybody. I grew up Muslim. I've been bullied all the time for that. Nobody's had a campaign. We haven't figured it out. It's been like 30 years. They're still making an all-Muslim or fucking terrorist movie in the middle of the desert right now. Hollywood glamorizes it. Everyone's fucking like, get away. You got a bomb on you. No one ever tried to divert that. The Asians are efficient. It took shawarmas for white people to like us. We're just peddling hummus to everyone now. Everyone was worried about Don Cherry. You people, right? Everyone got worried about Don Cherry. I was like the only one going, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I love Don Cherry. That's what you need. You need an old asshole telling people what's up, right? That's what you need. That didn't offend me at all. Everyone's like, oh, these old white guys are ruining everything. No, you know who's the young white people moving into fucking neighborhoods and gentrifying it. That's what's ruining it. Get them the hell out of here. Charge me $5 for a samosa? Fuck you. Your stupid beanie. Get the fuck out of here. They're probably not here. They're all in Halifax, those assholes. You ever go to Halifax? The hipsters everywhere. They're just everywhere. All over the place. Just hipsters. When did this happen? They come in like a kit now. I don't even think they actually put their wardrobes together. They just buy a fucking kit. Right off Amazon, the hipster kit. It's kind of cool though. You walk into Halifax, it just feels like you just walked into like an old episode of Degrassi. Over in Nova Scotia, they got that IKEA. Fucking hipsters. Every time you go there, right? And it's just packed with hipsters. Of course they decided to open it in Halifax. So all the hipsters are there. Every time you go there, you just want to get a table or chair and leave, but you can't because you're stuck behind some new hipster couple, holding hands, walking slow through that goddamn maze. I just want to get what I want and leave. And they're all just there. Fucking some loser couple probably met at some bike ride share program. Can't buy their own bicycle. They got to fucking rent them. It's always like a guy who's wearing a scarf in the middle of June. Thinks it's fashionable because he calls it a foulard. Fuck off. Girlfriend's wearing jogging pants with a skirt over and rubber boots like she's some sort of urban dairy farmer. Fucking losers. It's wild times. God, that's great. I'm glad you're enjoying it, ma'am. It's almost orgasmic there. You just let that... Oh. It's crazy things. I love Canada, man. Fuck, I love being back here. America's crazy. Yeah, it's the best. The best country. The best, by far. America's wild, man. So I was out for a jog. I did run into the sweetest hooker. Oh, yeah, there's hookers everywhere there. It's not like here. I mean, the hookers are all over the place. She popped out of a bush. Scared the shit out of me. She was like, can I suck you off for $20? I was like, oh my God, that's a good deal. Even my shitty Canadian exchange rate, I'm like, I can afford that. I was like, I can't, I won't, I shouldn't. And she turns to me and she goes, that's all right, God bless you anyways. I was like, really? God bless me? God bless you. You're sucking people off for $20. You're doing God's work. God bless you. God bless you. I did that joke once and there was a hooker in the crowd. Yeah, which I thought was weird because it was nighttime. I'm like, shouldn't you be at work? What are you doing here? You are bad at your job. She got so mad, she cornered me after the show. Yeah, she cornered me in the back of the room. She goes, how dare you make fun of hookers? Never make fun of hookers. And I was like, really? Out of all the things you take at your job, jokes is where you draw the line? You can come on my face, but no wisecracks, buddy. Guys, my name's Abdul Butt. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you very, very much for supporting our event here, Locals Supporting Locals. It really means a lot to every one of the businesses that are involved, and of course every one of the nonprofits that are involved as well. My name's Tom Whalen. I work on the Ted Bird Morning Show at the local West Island and Vaudreuil-Soulanges radio station, the Jewel 106.7, and I've been very honored to been asked to introduce our headline performer tonight. And just before I get to that, I want to again reiterate just how grateful we are to everyone who has ordered a meal, has dropped off a donation at one of the nonprofits, who has made a donation by ordering a meal at one of the nonprofits and the restaurants involved. And of course, going to Centre Decor Hudson and seeing Lee and picking up a gallon of, not just paint, anything, a gallon of anything. And I don't know what she's brewing in the back, but she'll sell you a gallon of it. And $2 worth of that goes to help out the Palm Bridging in Hudson. So thank you again. It's so important. And I know because speaking to restaurant owners and to a few of the people involved with the charities around in our area, out in the Hudson-St. Lazare area, they're really struggling and have been struggling for about the past year. And these aren't nameless, faceless people. These are your neighbors who are having a hard time making ends meet. And by helping them out, you're really supporting your community, and we entirely thank you for that. So thank you again. Now, getting on to our headliner tonight. Our headliner comes to us from Dublin via Toronto. However, we won't hold that against her. And one of the interesting little, I guess, connections that I have, I've never met our headliner, but one of the interesting connections we have is that in Dublin, there's a bar called Whalen's. Now, it wasn't one of my kinfolk, one of my ancestors who started the bar. The bar is called Whalen's because our family holds the record for being thrown out the most. Anyway, your headliner is much funnier than I am. Her name is Fiona O'Brien. She comes from Dublin, Ireland, and she has been featured on the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in Montreal. She was a featured performer at the Boston Comedy Festival and at the Halifax Comedy Festival. And she has an album out that you can pick up on iTunes and Spotify called Magically Malicious. Ladies and gentlemen,
Please enjoy Fiona O'Brien.
Hello everybody in Montreal. How are you? I'm so delighted to be here with you to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. My name is Fiona O'Brien. I'm trapped in Toronto, or else I would be in Montreal with you to celebrate. But because of lockdown and COVID, we don't know where we are. I'm originally from Dublin in Ireland, so I'm your actual genuine Irish, 100% guaranteed person here today. Because I know there's a few others that are pretending that they're Irish. But you know what? On St. Patrick's Day, everybody is Irish. We love it. We love everybody wanting to be Irish. And here we are. I don't even know what phase we are in. Lockdown, phase 3, phase 4, lockdown 4, the revenge. Where are we? I have no idea where we are. I tell you what I'm waiting for. The biggest stress for me, what I am waiting for, I'm waiting for what phase are they going to come on the television and the government are going to say to us, you are now allowed lick your fingers in the supermarket to open the plastic bags. Come on, we've all been there. We're all in the produce aisle trying to get vegetables with the bags like this, and we can't lick our fingers. Oh, that's been the biggest stress for me. That's been one of my hardest parts of lockdown. I can't lick my fingers. Oh, anyway, we'll get through it. What can we do? I did hear somebody mention a man a while ago, an older man said to me, lockdown. It's like back during the war. It's like back during wartime, hard times. Yeah, it's like back during the war. And I said, hang on. I don't think lockdown is anything like wartime. Wartime looked much better to me. And I'll tell you why. One reason, all the men were gone. Okay? There was no men. It was just the women, peace and quiet. The men weren't walking around the house all day in their pajamas, scratching their balls, playing Xbox, playing computers for 8 hours a day. They were gone. And some of them weren't coming back. Bonus. Oh, I'm only joking. But it's nothing like wartime, is it? Look at us. We're all in our houses and we have food in the fridge and the television and we're nearly finished Netflix. We're doing the best we can. I have 3 children. My daughter's 16. I have a boy who's 14 and a boy who's 11. And so I had to do some homeschooling for them. And in March, the teachers weren't teaching anything online. The parents had to do it. I had to do it. I'm not a teacher. I had to do it. It was a disaster. The first day of teaching, there was a complaint from the student that the teacher was hungover. And I'm going to be honest. This is my first lockdown. I'm trying to get through it. My first pandemic, I'm getting through it as best as I can, like the rest of us. Whatever gets you through the day. We're nearly there. The vaccines are coming. The vaccines are coming. Slowly but surely, they're coming to us. I Skyped my mom. My family still live in Ireland, in Dublin. I Skyped my mom the other day, and she's 77. And I said to her, hiya, Mom. I said, when are you getting your vaccine? I heard that you should all be getting your vaccine. And she said, excuse me. She said, I am only 77 years old. They're doing the old people first. I forgot. I said, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot you were a spring chicken. Oh my God. Anyway, please God, everybody will get the vaccine and we'll be safe. And next St. Patrick's Day, I'll come to Montreal and celebrate with all of you. I want to go to all of the pubs. They look amazing. But I hope you like my virtual background. Took me ages. I had a few selections to go with. I liked this. It was very, Dollarama. But I had a few others. I'll show you because it might change it up a bit. On Zoom, it's hard. I also had this. So I was like with my pot of gold in a beautiful forest. I like this one. Then I had this one, an Irish pub. I feel right at home here. I love it. And then I'll show you another one I had. Oh no, sorry. That was a mistake. That's for private use. I'll go back to the pub. Whew. Ignore what you just saw there. This is the pub. I'm at home here. I love it. But lockdown was a little bit crazy for me. And a bit had some news. I had some news during lockdown. I was having dinner with the children one night, and my 14-year-old son said, I would like to make an announcement. And I said, okay. And he said, I'd like to announce that I'm gay. And I said, well, I'm very proud of you. Congratulations. It's wonderful at this age to come and tell me that you're gay. What I wasn't ready for was my 11-year-old son then said, I would also like to make an announcement. And he said, I would like to announce that I'm not gay. And I said, no, you don't announce anything. This is your brother announcing his sexuality. It's important. This isn't like calling shotgun for the car, whoever says it first. I was like, this is important, a big day for your brother. And so my son, who was gay, was like, were there any signs? Did you ever notice any signs that I was gay? And I said, I was like, well, apart from the fact that you went everywhere on pink roller skates, you had a silver purse and a red feather boa. Apart from that, I had no idea. No idea he was. Of course I knew he was gay. Of course I did, But, and he said to me, you probably guessed. You probably guessed because growing up, I only ever hung out with the girls and I hate all sports. And I said, yeah, okay. And then my 11-year-old, the not gay son says, yeah, and you probably noticed with me that I'm not gay because I only hang out with boys and I love to play with balls. This was in May. This was peak lockdown. I couldn't get away. I was trapped with them. I had to hide in the bathroom and drink a box of wine. I couldn't go to the pub and have a few pints. I had to stay there with them. Oh, anyway, I'm his mother. Of course I knew he was gay, but I had to wait for him to come and tell me he was gay. We're an Irish Catholic family. This was only going to go one of two ways. He was either going to come out or become a priest. That's how we roll. They're the two options you have in Ireland. And I'd be delighted with either. In the family. But anyway, celebrating being Irish. It's a very exciting time being Irish around the world. And usually everybody's out at parades and gathering everywhere. But I'll give you a little tip. This is how you spot an Irish person on St. Patrick's Day, an actual Irish person on St. Patrick's Day. We are the ones wearing nothing from Dollarama. Nothing. We don't wear all that Dollarama stuff. That's the fake. They're the plastic paddies. We let you in to celebrate, but Irish people don't wear all that stuff. I'm joking. We love to have a bit of crack. We love a bit of crack in the pub. But having this accent over here, I'm very busy this time of year. It's my busiest time. And having this accent, it's a big novelty. Like, I know it's a big novelty for everybody. But everywhere I go, when people hear me, one of three things is guaranteed to be said to me. Everywhere I go. The first thing that is said is people usually want to tell me that they are also somehow Irish. So they hear me and they're like, oh my God, you're Irish. Oh my God, I just did Ancestry.com. I'm 5% Irish. And I'm like, yeah, I 100% don't give a crap. Stop shouting at me. The second thing that happens is people want to do an impression of an Irish person to you. And if you're laughing, it means you've done it. I know there's somebody there laughing and you probably do something like this. Oh, top of the morning. Have you had your Lucky Charms? We know what we sound like. The last thing that happens is people usually want to tell us an offensive joke about the Irish. Last year I was at a party and this woman came up to me before COVID and she came up to me and she said, oh my God, I heard you were Irish. Let me tell you a joke about the Irish. And she said, what is the difference between an Irish wedding and an Irish funeral? One less drunk. Isn't that shocking? That's what we're putting up with. That's what we put. We love the attention. Don't mind me. We love all the attention. But, I face the stereotype of the Irish, drinking too much and cursing and fighting and all. And some of us do. Some of us want to keep that stereotype alive, But I dropped my son to school when he was in grade 2, and there was one teacher every single morning at 9 a.m. Every morning at 9 a.m., the teacher would see me, and in front of everybody at 9 in the morning, in front of the whole school, all the other parents, all the other kids, she would see me and she would go, "Oh, Mrs. O'Brien, off to the pub now. Woo, woo, the Irish. Woo." She did this every day in front of everybody. And this went on for weeks. And I had to stop her one day and I said, "Excuse me." I said, "That is extremely rude and ignorant and stupid for you to say that to me, because the pubs don't open until 11. Stupid cow, you know?" But even the kids in the school come up to my kids and they're like, "Why does your mom talk like a pirate?" This is what we're facing. Although I was doing a show recently, last year up north in Muskoka, and it was around Christmas, and this woman came up to me after the show and she had a beautiful Irish accent. And I said, "Oh, lovely, somebody from home." I said, "How are you?" I said, "Where are you from in Ireland?" I said, "You sound like you're from the north, from Belfast." And she said, No, I'm not Irish." She said, "It's just I only like to have sex with Irish men." And I said, "I don't think that's how it works." I said, "If that was the case, I would have a very thick Jamaican accent." And I don't yet. But I'm going to finish off and tell you one last story about my dad. And my dad was my favorite person in the world. And very sadly, he passed away 3 years ago in Ireland. And I had to fly home for his funeral. And he wanted to be cremated. And I had to bring his ashes back to Canada, to the house in Canada. And I wanted to make sure that the children were okay having his ashes in the house. So I said, I'll make it a bit fun for them. So I don't know if any of you know at Christmas time, the elf on the shelf. You know the elf on the shelf? So now we call Dad himself on the shelf. Yeah, but the kids were going mad because I was hiding them every night. They were crying. I'd wake them up. I'd be like, "Come on, let's go find Grandad himself on the shelf." And my dad would have loved it. My dad would have thought it was hilarious. But my dad was actually an Olympic boxer. And you probably saw me on the poster with boxing gloves and the Irish flag. And I boxed too, but not for Ireland, just for my own sanity. But my dad was an Olympic boxer and he represented Ireland all over the world. And his big claim to fame was that he represented Ireland in the 1960 Olympics in Rome. And the claim to fame was that he shared a dressing room and became friends with a young American boxer named Cassius Clay. Yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah. Now, my dad was crap, lost all his fights, brutal, won nothing, didn't win any medals. But as a family, we are very, very proud to be able to say that my dad saw Muhammad Ali's penis. Okay? Not a lot of people can say that. And before you ask, yes, he said, it floated like a butterfly and it stung like a bee. Anyway, listen, it's been a joy to talk to you all. Have a lovely, safe St. Patrick's Day, and hopefully I can see you in person next year. Thanks so much, and great job supporting your community. That's what it's all about. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Thank you.
The last time a member of his tribe led a parade of people, Moses paraded his people for 40 years through the desert. Just the same, we all trusted him to be our Grand Marshal in the Hudson St. Patrick's Day Parade in 2013 and Chief Reviewing Officer in the Montreal St. Patrick's Day Parade in 2018. Are we regretting the choice? Well, that we will never know. Enjoy comedy of Global's Everyday Joe, or how you know him, the one and only Joey Elias.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for coming out and supporting. Coming out, you're at home. Thank you for not going out because you can't. There's a curfew because, actually, in fact, when this is over, I used to be a rebel. What happened to me? I used to be a rebel. So I'm going to go back to my rebel ways. When this is over, I'm going to run outside, touch my face, rub my eye, and wear pants. Stuff that we're all not doing. Thank you, Kim, by the way, for those kind and lovely words as the intro. Again, thank you all out there in virtual land, wherever you may be, for participating in this show. And hopefully you went down to the restaurants and, stayed safe. I know it's these are the most messed up times on the planet, but I hope everybody is staying positive. I think that's the key. Everybody talks about mental health and staying positive. I've been staying positive, let's be honest. One of the beautiful things about this, no Americans. Yeah, I say keep the borders closed forever, except for sporting events, and then have at them. But seriously, you watch the American news, and these hillbillies say what you want, but they know their rights, don't they? You see the guy with the American flag tattooed on his neck, wearing the wife beater shirt, and he's like, "You can't take my guns. It's my 17th Amendment right." And if I was that reporter, I would have been like, "Listen, man, if you can spell amendment, I will give you the gun. Hopefully you use it on yourself." But that's not the point. The other thing too is America, if you are watching, can you stop blaming everybody else for your problems? You know what I mean? Like, I understand Texas had a terrible natural disaster in a snowstorm, and it was tragic. But watching the news, they were like, "Well, the snow and the cold front came down from Canada." No, it didn't come down from Canada, you sons of bitches. It came from the Pacific Ocean. We don't do that. You never see like Lori Graham on the local news. And well, if you look coming from the south, there's a wave of ignorance coming our way. And if you go to the West Coast, there's also a storm front of racism coming up. No, we don't do that because, well, we're Canadian. But seriously, I do hope everybody is staying positive. I've been trying to do that myself throughout this whole thing. I now enjoy going to the pharmacy, because when I go and I buy hand sanitizer, moisturizer, and Kleenex, the woman behind the counter doesn't look at me with judgment anymore. Yeah, she just thinks I'm being vigilant. And if by vigilant you mean going at it 2 or 3 times a day on my own, very vigilant. But I'll tell you this, that's me killing time, just sipping water. I read an article that, you got to stay positive, like I said. So I'm reading an article, and it says, if you're over 40, I qualify, not mentally, by the way, just physically. Mentally, I'm about 12. But the article said that if you're over 40, and like I said, I am, and you have what they call self-love, you know what I'm talking about there, gentlemen. If the kids are in the room, well, this is an awkward moment to, maybe stop live TV and have a conversation about what self-love is. But if you practice self-love more than twice a week, and you're over 40, it's actually healthy, they say, for your prostate. At this point, my prostate is Benjamin Button. I just want to go on record. That's right. It's never looked better. It fires like a 12-year-old cannon. My last MRI, it looked like Brad Pitt. Yeah, it's fascinating. The other good thing about all this is I don't think there's going to be a house party ever again. And that's going to be a great thing. I'm not talking about get-togethers with friends to play like cards or something like that. I'm talking too cheap to go out and buy a pitcher of beer to celebrate some, it's okay when you're like a teenager, but when you're in your 30s, you got to start, no more house parties, unless, you're a shut-in, and then fine, we'll come visit you. But my point is, I hate them. Nobody's ever met at a house party. And that's what house parties became just before the pandemic. All my married friends with kids, they're like, "Hey, why don't you come over? We're having a house party." Some people, there's divorcees. That's their big sales pitch, because that's their way of saying, "Listen, Joey, some of these women are so broken, you have a chance." And I appreciate that. I really do. One of my friends said to me, you know, Joey, it's never too late. You can have kids. Listen to me. I should not have children. I'm not even fit to adopt a highway, let alone take care of. I can't take care of myself. You want me to take care of a child? One of my friends, you don't have to die alone. What are you talking? First of all, I'm just single for now. You know what I mean? I never said die alone. I don't want to get like all meta, but you know, if you think about it, we all die alone, technically, right? Unless you're a pilot, and then yeah, there's questions, probably an investigation, a Mayday episode. You know, look at me. I'm going to take off my glasses and rub my eye. Oh my God, the rebel in me has started. The other reason I didn't like house parties is I had to go to them all the time because my ex, her friends, threw them for anything. You know what I mean? And I would go because I didn't want to argue with the ex. Obviously, we did because she's an ex and I'm single. You know, because I look at it, and the one common denominator in all my failed relationships is me. So why go back? You know what I mean? Like, I've never been married, but I've been divorced twice. I didn't know there's something called common law. You know, common law to me was like buckle your seatbelt. That's a common law. You know, don't shoot your neighbor. That's a common law. I didn't know that if you live with somebody for a certain amount of time and they fillet you twice when it's not your birthday, they get half. So it's yeah, I'm not joking. And just to tie it in with the Irish, this Jew had to call an Irishman to find me a Jewish lawyer. That is true. I don't know if you just heard the is it me, or I don't know if everybody out there is of a certain age that they remember the snack trucks that would show up, you know, the but now when they come with the tow trucks to move the car when they remove the snow, it's the same sound. Do you know how confusing that is? Do you know how many? I just picture like people in Little Italy, you know, hey, it's the sandwich. It's a perfect time. The soccer game is going to start from Italy at the 10 o'clock. Let's go get a sandwich. And then they go out and it's not a sandwich. It's just their car getting towed. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. This is how I'm living my life right now. I'm doing stand-up from my living room. You know, I've always said that when I'm on stage, you know, it's like I've invited you into my living room and that's how we're going to work. Well, here we are. I hope you like the decor. So back to the house parties. I would go because I just didn't want to argue. You know what I mean? Who wants to argue? But I would get in and I would announce myself to everybody there. So they knew that I was there. You know, hello, everybody, even the blind friend, you know, hey, Tommy, how you doing? What's up, buddy? Yeah, feel me here. Anyway, so as soon as that happened, I would go grab my soda, and then I would try and find a quiet place where I would never be found. You know, sometimes it was the bedroom with all the coats on the bed. I was under the coats. Sometimes it was the kid's bedroom in the closet when the kid was asleep. I figured nobody was going to look in there. Truthfully, I would always try to find like a quiet corner in the garage where I can pick up the Wi-Fi and I can watch a little bit of whatever game, you know, was on and whatever. Without a doubt, though, I was always found by the happiest human being. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there watching a game on a phone, living the dream. And then this person shows up. Oh, hi, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. My cat died. Now I have 7. You have to understand something about me. If I don't really know you, the older I've become, the more awkward socially I've become. So this woman's like, my cat died. Now I have 7. I don't really know what to say, you know? And I'm like, well, that is terrible, horrible news. And I can tell you, having met you for all of 2 minutes, that, yeah, your cat killed itself. There is no doubt in my mind that your cat took a running leap off your balcony, landed, and then went up the stairs to the balcony and did it 8 more times to make sure it was completely dead, never to hear your drone again. And that's why I'm single. The thing is, I just don't like cat people. And before everybody starts writing emails already, You know, oh my God, Joey Elias doesn't like cats. Oh my God. Twitter. Did you know Joey Elias doesn't like cats? I don't like cats because I don't like cat owners. There we go. More emails. And I'll tell you why. I have never met anybody who is paid for their cat. It's always the same story. You know, how'd you get your cat? Well, I was walking down the street. It was like -40. And I saw this kitty cat run into the alley. And I thought, oh my God, she must be so hungry and cold. I ask you, how many homeless people did you walk by today? You know, hey man, you got any money for food? Fuck you, get a job. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. I'm going to call you Mittens. Why do we always name our cats after things that the homeless people need? You know, come here, Mittens. Here, Socks. Whiskey, you know, good parenting. Too far. All right. Too far. I have a dog. I don't know who else has a dog. I rescued my dog. That's right. I don't know if I rescued the dog. Just car window was open, picked it up, took it. She's with me. She seems happy, well fed. Everything's great. This coffee is delicious. Tastes like water. The other thing that I've mentioned before is that I've been diagnosed with anxiety. That's been a lot of fun for everybody, whether you have anxiety or you've just discovered that you have anxiety. Of course, I want to say again, I was diagnosed. I have real anxiety. I don't have, you know, millennial anxiety. You know, the, oh my God, I ordered pasta and it didn't come with cilantro. And you're like, please shut up. I was a grown man. I couldn't leave my house. That's a true thing. Couldn't leave my house. Didn't know what was going on. And go to the GP, does a bunch of tests, tells me that he thinks I have anxiety, wants me to talk to a psychiatrist. I know that's crazy that, you know, an entertainer has a psychiatrist, but I do. But this is what happened. He gave me 2 numbers and I thought, wow, I'm a lot crazy. I need 2. But it turns out I was supposed to choose 1, but I called both people and I figured, okay, whoever calls back first wins my my crazy. First person, the receptionist or assistant calls me, we make an appointment, and I just want to go on record. I don't want to belittle anybody with a speech impediment, okay? But if you stutter, you cannot go into therapy to help those with anxiety. It just doesn't work. I sat on this man's couch. He walked in and it was just ha 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 ha, and I was like, wow, I have never been more relaxed. That Zen moment of ha 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 ha. Listen, if you stutter, you need to know your limits. Okay, don't go into therapy to help people. Maybe no 911 dispatch. Okay, maybe own it. You know, like read to the kids. And then the train went and the kids are like, oh my God, it was like the train was in the room. I felt it. It was amazing. Yeah. Someone right now is writing an email for sure. But I just don't know what to say. What can you say anymore? You know, that's why also, I mean, I'm single because I remember when you can pay somebody a compliment and they would take it. You know, do you understand what I'm getting at now? So when I was younger, I could have walked up to a woman at the bus stop and just randomly, I could have walked up to her and said, excuse me, miss, I just want to say, I think you look very pretty today, and I hope you have a nice day. Back then, that woman would have turned around and said, thank you, young man. I hope you have a nice day too, or something like that. If I walk up to a woman now at a bus stop, excuse me, I just want to say you look pretty. In an instant, they're on the device. Holy shit, some pervert just said, I look pretty, hashtag rapey eyes. And you're like, rapey eyes? What are rapey eyes? I just said you look pretty. Next thing you know, I'm in prison being canceled. I don't know if they cancel people in prison different than they do in the grand scheme of things, but I'm assuming that it's a little different. Yeah. The one problem about, like I said, I'm 49 mentally, I'm 12, is you know, the universe is sending me signs that maybe I am indeed older. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, so I got diagnosed with, this is a perfect example of how I'm still 12 mentally, is when I got diagnosed with my anxiety, both my GP and my shrink said, you know, maybe you should try yoga, because yoga is very good for the mind, body, and soul. I don't know who has tried yoga voluntarily. It's dumb. It is awful. You know, I don't get the names of the moves. I don't think that if at any point in time I'm walking down a dark alley at night and a group of young men or a gang of whatever come at me, you know, maybe they got a shiv and they're like, give me all your money. And I'm going to be like, warrior. And then they're going to run off. No. So before I leave, and this is the big thing, I go to yoga and they don't tell you this. It's because there's a lot of flatulence in yoga, and I'm 12 and farts are hilarious. So like every good troublemaker, the first class I go to is an all male class. So I didn't know what I was doing. I was a little bit more self-conscious, you know, and like every high school troublemaker, where do you go? You walk in, back, to the right. It's like the reverse Kennedy, I call it, back and to the right. So I'm in the right-hand corner, like every good troublemaker. I'm just in a track pants and a t-shirt combo. I'm ready to go. In the front of the class, there is a gentleman, and I can say this because I was a very large man. I'm still a big man, but I was a very large man. This man in the front, God love him, human eclipse, just ginormous. I don't know what custom-made leotard he was doing yoga in or whatever, but it was a tight mitt. So we're going through the motions, and there's the one move where you just kind of lunge, you know, one leg in front of the other. Simple move. But it was at this moment where this gentleman decided to announce his presence to the class by speaking through his rear bottom lips. Understand? This man farted. It was startling. And if I was anywhere near water, I would have taken cover thinking some tugboat had broken free in the harbor. Just this giant. But then before I even have a second to react, like the good impish individual that I am with a good point and laugh, he immediately after sounding the foghorn says audibly, "Oh my." Let me just say this. You cannot be a grown man, fart out loud, and then tell everybody, "Oh my," because now we know you shit your pants. That's right. There's no downward dog in this man's future. Maybe just a lot of standing straight. I call it the chaplain. You know, when you kind of waddle to the bathroom, you don't bend your legs because you're like, don't bend the legs. I don't know if does the knee muscles open the poop chute? Because that would be a tragic ending. Speaking of tragic endings, that is my set. I do want to just say thank you to everybody, from Kenny to Len to Dave Trentadue to all the restaurants and all the charities, but most importantly, everybody who picked up a meal and you know, donated indirectly or directly to the charity, and you're helping support local restaurants. Keep doing that, you know, keep supporting local, not just when this thing is going on, even after that. And my fingers are crossed that, truthfully, I hope you enjoy tonight's show, but if we can do this again next year in person, I'm not going to hug any of you because I'm not a big hugger, but once we're all vaccinated, I will say hi by humping your leg like I'm a dog in heat. I'll see you next year. Wear tight pants.
Hello everyone, my name is Samara O'Gorman. I'm a Montreal actress and writer, and if you don't recognize me from the stage or film, you've most likely seen me frolicking the streets of Hudson or downtown Montreal decked out in green, celebrating my favorite holiday. The Montreal Irish community is one that I've grown to know and love, and that I'm really proud to be a part of. And since we can't parade this year, I thought, why not bring a little luck to all of you watching at home? So I'm going to recite an old Irish blessing, one that I've carried with me for years now, and I feel it not only encompasses tonight, locals supporting locals, but kind of this whole year as a whole. And before I get started, I just want to give a shout out to the School of Irish Studies at Concordia. For the past year, I've been learning the Connemara dialect, the Irish language, with Professor Martin, and it's been lovely. The Irish language is magical, it's musical, it's beautiful, so this wouldn't have been possible without the School of Irish Studies. So here we go. I know a few of you at home will definitely know this one. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the hollow of his hand. Go nairi an bachach liat, go ra an grui, go brak ag do hul. Go lanri an grien, go che el dai. Go ditcha an washtach, go mien el dach fakanye. Agus go muri midge, a kali irish. Go ganui gia in musha leave a hul. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Stay safe, and until we meet again.
Hi again from the SIS. I'm Jay Della Durante, President of the Soulange Irish Society. I hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight, and thank you again for supporting the Local Supporting Locals initiative.
Oh, Dad, by the way, it's ready.
Oh, good. Thanks, Ed.
No problem.
Oh, this is Ken Doran Sash, Irishman of the Year 2020 SIS parade out in Hudson. Unfortunately, Ken was never anointed, so we're holding on to it. But it's okay, Kenny. We got you covered. We got the 2020. If need be, we'll run you in 2021. We're covered there too. And we've actually planned out for 2022 if need be. Ken, it's all good, pal. We got you. All kidding aside, on behalf of the SIS and all things Irish, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Celebrate responsibly, and see you all soon.